Stanley Kubrick was one of the most innovative film directors in the history of cinema. When he died on March 7, 1999, he left behind an astonishing body of work. But because of the veil of mystery that surrounded this director, he also left behind many questions about his life and his career. They are revealed in a new documentary, Stanley Kubrick, A Life in Pictures.
When we first met, which was 1980, when he was just finishing the construction of his sets for The Shining, and we met for the first time, we talked a lot about movies, and I was about to make Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I was actually moving on to his stages. When he finished, I was moving in. And of course, when his stage burnt down, it changed my schedule. We had to go to France first to start shooting, to give Stanley a chance to finish Strike and let us build the Well of the Souls, where the Overlook main hotel, lobby was, the main room where Jack Nicholson did the infamous typing. When it was all over and the movie was done, I saw Stanley again and went to his house for dinner in London and St. Albans, and he asked me he said, "How did you like my movie?" And I only seen it once, and I didn't love Shining the first time I saw it. I have since seen Shining 25 times, one of my favorite pictures. Kubrick films tend to grow on you. You have to see them more than once, but the wild thing is, I defy you to name me one Kubrick film that you can turn off once you started. It's impossible. He's got this fail-safe button or something. It's impossible to turn off a Kubrick film.
Hi Paul, I'd like to know more about your encounter with Stanley Kubrick on the set of Eyes Wide Shut, because your last couple of films seem to be heavily influenced by Kubrick. Yeah.
Well, let me just say that I don't think there's anybody that hasn't been influenced by Stanley Kubrick. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I can't speak for other people. I can't speak for other directors, but it feels like, what he did was kind of a watermark for all of us, just to say, like, this is how you should sort of treat what you do, and this is how you should address it, with a kind of attention, compassion.
One of his pictures are equivalent to 10 of somebody else's. You go to movies to be involved in the picture, to get a sense, I want to lose myself up in that screen for a few hours, and in a sense, know what it's like to be human. Then you come across certain kinds of films that, when you go to the theater and when you see them, you're completely surprised. They make you look at life a different way. They make you look at being human a different way. They touch areas that you don't want touched sometimes. It's provoke you. And then there's that rarest of films where, when you see it continually over years, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, you still see more in it. And what's even better is that if you're making pictures, you go back to this well, this source, for A, inspiration, and B, maybe it should be A, is to learn.
Magnificent.
One of his pictures are equivalent to 10 of somebody else's.
Oh, Nicole. And shake his head.
And you know him, and nobody ever really knew him.
He was known as a kind of future threat.
One of the all-time great motion picture makers.
A future threat to peace and quiet.
Legendary. Meanness.
There were times he drove me crazy.
He was a very lovable individual.
I love him one minute, and the next minute I hate him. I could kill him.
Perhaps the most intelligent person I've ever met.
He got fascinated with Nescafe commercials.
Have you seen the film Groundhog Day?
Because they told stories so fast.
Well, that's what it was like.
This man was born to push the envelope.
There is still a part of Stanley that's a great mystery to me.
And he always pushed the envelope.
And you must expect someone like that to be different from the rest of us.
I think we were too scared of him over here.
Everybody pretty much acknowledges he's the man, and I still feel that underrates him.